Yo, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the NBA podcast. Your host, truly Samson.
Is this
Bees?
I don't have to introduce myself anymore.
Oh God, this guy comes once a month and this guy thinks he...
This is my
What's good, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Absolutely fantastic.
Fantastic. Nah, I feel it. Yeah, bro, there's a lot of... there's some things we could talk about in the NBA. I think the Summer League just ended. Did you guys follow up? Did you watch Summer League?
A little bit.
A little bit. How'd y'all feel about Cavaliers winning the Summer League and their performance overall? Me personally, I'm not even gonna lie. I want to get into it. Emoni Bates, Percy. For me, I've been a fan of him since 7th grade. I remember he came out. He had like a mixtape, bro.
Yeah.
And like they were like he was the next KD, and I watched his stuff religiously for like a cool second when he was like in 7th grade. And I was like, bro, this guy's about to be it. And then obviously I didn't follow up with his story until like he went to Memphis and stuff like that. And then now he's in Cleveland. To be honest, a lot of people have said he's the most underrated pick in the draft. It was like the 49th pick.
Yeah, very underrated.
And I think obviously that was due to
the only thing. I think the reason why is because of the whole gun stuff.
Yeah, exactly. No, I understand that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's the best player coming out of this draft.
Oh, alright, you're tweaking.
I'm not tweaking. and no,
Emoni Bates over Victor?
Bro, me personally, I want to get let's get into it. Victor Wembanyama. I didn't say his last name correctly. I don't know. There's no doubt about him. But like, Wembanyama.
Yeah.
I'm African. I should know how to pronounce it. Anyways,
yeah,
Wembanyama. Anyways, I was just talking to you about it. I feel like he has a very he has two decisions he can make with his career, right? He can be the Rudy Gobert type player.
Yeah.
That his prototype, that would be it, or he can be the Kevin Durant type of player. I feel like there's no like in between. Like he can't be like Percy for that. Did you guys watch that first game he played?
Yeah.
So that first game, I feel like he was really passive, and also he didn't have I didn't think that was a good game for him. Personally, he was really passive, and I didn't appreciate.
Scoring the ball wasn't a good game, but everything else was a great game.
But I think for me, you're that tall, and that's your build.
Okay, but like the thing is, like, did y'all ever see what Draymond said about him? How like he's 7'5", like if he's not having a good day like shooting the ball, at least he's gonna be in the like protecting the rim. He had 5 blocks, 8 rebounds. That's like a great game for a defender.
5 blocks is amazing.
It's amazing. So you can't say he had a bad game. It's just there's such high. It's like LeBron 2.0, bro. Like the expectations are just too high for him. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, like, and when you say like there's no in between Gobert and Durant, like,
I don't think he's gonna be either one of them. Like,
he's not, but like he could be, but like he's gonna be them combined. You know what I mean? What do you think?
I think, bro, he's way too good of a shooter to be like Gobert. Like,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Gobert
can even dribble.
He has not one offensive tool outside of like a layup or a dunk, like 5 feet away from the basket.
Yeah.
So it's like, you feel me? Like he's definitely not gonna be Rudy Gobert. If he ends up playing like Rudy Gobert, that's just him limiting himself.
Yeah.
To a place where he doesn't need to in a way he doesn't need to play like so.
Yeah.
I would say like maybe not exactly like KD. I would say something kind of similar to like. He might end up being more of like a big man style player, but like
I'm thinking like Tim Duncan.
Maybe like a Brook Lopez on like steroids with defense. Like you feel me? Like
I think the thing about him when you say Tim Duncan, I don't kind of feel like he has maybe the skill set on the post yet. Personally, I don't think he's a post.
But Timmy's mid range was valid. I feel like
I don't think he's gonna be like Tim at all. Like I think he's just gonna be Giannis and KD combined.
Giannis in one sense, I don't think he's athletic at all.
Who, Victor?
Yeah.
Giannis looked just like Victor when he came.
You don't have to be that athletic.
Listen. I think the thing is, I talked about this last part. I feel like I don't know how to explain it. Like Giannis was 6'11". Like he was the build where he could build his body into where he is. I think Wembanyama would actually depreciate in value if he what's it called?
Too big.
If he got too big, yeah. Like I don't feel like that should be like his goal. I think his goal should be like, get like 10, 15 pounds of muscle into you, but like don't have a miraculous change in your body type. You shouldn't.
I agree.
You shouldn't because like you're way too tall to be like. I don't know how to explain it. Like for him, he shouldn't even be like looking to like body people. If anything, he should be looking
he
to.
He kind of needs to though because he's a center.
Yeah.
How's he gonna?
Center? I thought he was playing at small forward.
Huh?
But listen. He's a center, but like he's gonna play like what? Like, he's not Jokic. He's not Joel.
He's guarding the center though, so they're gonna put him at center.
He's guarding the center, but on offense he's not a center.
Okay, fine. If he's guarding,
he's not a true center. He's not Joel Embiid. Okay. Joel Embiid would body Wembanyama.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So if he's gonna have to guard these big dudes, which he is, he needs to get muscle because he'll get bodied every game. So,
yeah, that's true.
I feel like the only way his value be depreciated is if he works on his legs too much. If he's working his upper body, I feel like that's fine. But like his legs, his knees, because he's tall. I don't know.
I mean, Jokic is like not like a very like I mean, Jokic is kind of on the chubbier side, right? Like he's not like he doesn't look like he has like a professional athlete build. He
Yeah,
looks
he's
like a
still
dude who
strong.
like drinks beer on Sundays.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
But he's so skilled that's okay. Like he's very skilled. Like he's like such the.
Wembanyama can. That's what I'm saying though. Wembanyama can already shoot the ball better than most people anywhere near his height.
Yeah.
He's like he can dribble better than people his height. He can do basically everything.
I wouldn't say dribble, but
Yes, you can.
For someone who's a 7-footer.
Have you ever seen a set of a nigga?
I guess.
Not better than most point guards, but he's
What do you
better.
mean you guess?
I guess, but it's like
Okay,
okay. You think he dribbles better than Joel Embiid?
He's 7'4",
He's not even. He hasn't played a regular season NBA game yet.
and he does dribble better than Joel Embiid.
He definitely dribbled better than Embiid when Embiid first came.
Not
into
now,
the league.
relax. Not now.
Yes, no.
Not now.
Bro, did you
No,
watch
no,
the first game?
Joel Embiid is very, very good.
When
ball
Joel
handler.
Embiid came into the league, he had no offense.
But the league wasn't-
besides the footwork he had in the.
But the league wasn't. He didn't. The league didn't expect him to do that. Is what I'm trying to say. At that time, he came on like he did. They
What I'm
usually-
saying is, nobody expects a 7-foot player to be dribbling the ball down the court. Nobody expects that ever.
The
But
thing
yeah, we're
is,
getting more
there's
progressive.
clips of him, what's it called? The last league he was playing in where he'll just like come up, dribble tween as he steps back.
Was he like Joel's not doing it. He is doing it, but like not at the stage.
He's only gonna get better at it.
He looked fluid with it too. Like it was
He's only gonna get better. He's 18 years old.
Yeah, he's only gonna get better at it, so it's like I can see him if he gets big, he can kind of go with the Jokic kind of like prototype kind of build type of stuff.
One thing about the summer league that I peeped was the Spurs specifically, like none of the guards were getting him the ball in like the spots he had it. Like he'd have a pin down on a much smaller defender, and it's like any other guard like in the league. Obviously, I understand because summer league is more built for guards, and also these guards are trying to get their name out.
Yeah,
you know what I
he
mean?
doesn't really need it. Like, he
yeah,
doesn't
so
need it.
but they need to just make that entry pass. When you see him sealing off a defender that's much smaller than him, you know what I mean? Throw the lob up, let him like finish the lob, let him finish in the post if he's sealing off a defender, even if he's cutting in. But these guards are just trying to get their own buckets. So I think if he has a guard that's gonna create near him, just get him in his spots, get him around the paint, like lob threat, all that. Like he'll be good.
And he's in San Antonio too. Like he's playing with like one of the best I think teams for developing players like in the NBA.
100%. That's one thing. That's one like I think pro for his situation. Like I think that what's his name, Victor Wembanyama is gonna have like Popovich on his side. They have a great staff over there. They've done amazing things. They've grown like who? They grew David Robinson. They grew Tim Duncan, Tony Parker.
Bro, you see that picture? It was like him. Was it called Tim Duncan? I think Manu.
Yeah.
And was it Duncan Robinson?
And
David Robinson. My fault. Yeah, and that's a Duncan. They were all with him. It's like they're like embracing him. They're gonna help him develop. So it's like, you know what I mean? You can't have a really like better team on your side. You got Tim Duncan, top 10 player all time.
They're definitely turning Wembanyama into a superstar.
They're turning him into like a fucking Hall of Famer by year 3.
Oh yeah. Like, I expect 6 rings from Wembanyama.
That's
At
wild.
least.
Hell nah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want to get wrong. I don't want to be wrong on Wembanyama. I don't want to say he's gonna be bust, but I don't want to be like.
How could you say?
I don't want to say. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be bust. I just don't want to be like, oh, Wembanyama's gonna be him. You know what I mean?
The thing is,
I don't want to be that. You know what I mean?
at the very worst, he'll be like very good paint defender. You know what I mean?
That's
Very
what I'm
good
saying.
center, very good. Even has enough footwork. I think I wouldn't say like stay with perimeter players. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna have him like put him up on Damian Lillard. You know what I mean? None of that, but like enough to where like you know what I mean? Like he's gonna stay with him. He can shuffle his feet quick enough for him to not get blown by like every play. You know what I mean? Like decent perimeter defense. So at worst, he's an amazing like rim protector.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think, and that's still like really valuable in the league. We see how much Rudy Gobert got paid off just being a like elite rim defender. Even if he can't do anything else, like literally just elite rim defenders, still pretty like you know what I mean important.
No, 100%. And I wanted to get into another subject actually. So we were all kind of speculating where Bol Bol was about to go, and stuff like that. And he finally got landed with the Suns. How do you guys feel about that? I don't know personally. For me, I feel like that's a dub for the Suns.
It's a dub. I wanted him to come to the Wizards, but yeah, it's a dub.
Yeah, I think Bol Bol was like, bro. I think he got like the short end of the stick his whole career. I think like he didn't get the opportunity he had to like really develop into the player he could have been. And I don't know if he'll get that opportunity with the Suns, but he should have definitely been a Laker because we would have given him the opportunity, and that's all I have to say.
The thing is, I feel like the idea of Bol Bol is better than Bol Bol himself as a player. Does that make sense?
Really, you feel like he kind of like he has hype. He still has like potential hype on him.
Because it's like I get what people see. They see like how tall is he? 7'3".
Yeah, 7'3" is. I think 7'3".
Extremely tall player, lengthy, like agile, like he's not slow. You know what I mean? So they're like, okay, they're high on him because obviously his potential could be like he could potentially be like through the roof. You know what I mean? The potential is high there for upside. But the thing is, he's bounced like 4 or 5 teams now. You know what I mean? I feel like there's a reason for that. because he was getting decent minutes at Orlando, and then they just cut him out of the rotation. And I saw reports it was like he's not working. Or
They
like
say he's just slow too.
Slow. Like, I don't know what it is.
So like in the system or because I heard
like he's just slow like the way he plays on defense. Like he gets blown by and stuff like that.
I'm not surprised. You can like see his build. Like
exactly.
You're not supposed to be like fast. Initially they aren't supposed to be fast. So I'm not surprised.
But like being behind like KD and like I'll just like you can say Booker too, but like being behind KD, you can learn a lot. So.
I think he'll get minutes because like the Suns don't have a center like that, like the backup center other than 8 and all.
Yeah, Eight's still on the team.
You know what's crazy too? Phoenix got rid of campaign. They don't have a point guard.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, they traded him in that.
It wasn't even for like any other player. It was like for 2
Six?
No, it was ESPN. Okay, it was Bol Bol trading campaign and securing 3 more second round jobs.
Yeah, it was second round picks.
Now
okay, look at Orlando doing business, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know, actually, I was talking about this the other day with some of my friends, right? They're like, bro, Phoenix is like, bro, my favorite. Everyone was like, bro, Phoenix is the favorite to win the championship. This and that. And I was like, bro, they don't have a point guard. Like, they don't have.
Point guard, bro.
Who's gonna? How are they? They have like 5 scorers, and none of them is gonna like. None of them is an actual point guard, so they're just gonna be fighting over the ball the whole game.
It's gonna be so much.
And as we've seen in the past, not even in the past, in the last like 5 to 10 years, every team that's won a championship has had complete balance on their squad.
The problem is people think
Bench from the starting 5.
People think real life is 2K. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like on 2K, they're winning. Like they're 5-peating, bro. You know what I mean? Like it's like Kevin Durant, Booker, but it's not 2K where you just hand a player a ball and they, you know what I mean? Like it's not just about overalls. I guess like it's like they have to work as a cohesive unit.
Yeah,
people be looking at it from like a 2K standpoint where it's like I got the best players on the court, so I'm a hoop out. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you can't ISO. Like you literally saw what happened with Devin Booker and KD just ISOing like without Chris. They didn't have Chris Paul like what's it called for like most of the second round. Like y'all saw what happened. You know what I mean? So it's like the team has to work together as a cohesive unit. And if you don't have a point guard, I think Devin Booker could play good point guard minutes. I've seen like a big leap because was it this year or the year before where CP3 was out for like the back half of the year. I think it was the year before.
When they went to the Bucks or the year they went to the Bucks?
The year after that.
After, okay.
I think 2022. Like CP3 was out for like the last half of the year, and Devin Booker was playing point guard. He was doing a pretty good role. Like he was developing really good in the point guard role. I still don't think you should have him as like a primary.
I think Bradley Beal should be the point guard.
You think so?
I think so. Because I remember when Bradley Beal when he was with Wizards. And John Wall was out for like that 1 year. Like remember that first year John Wall was hurt and he left.
Yeah.
Like, Bradley Beal was basically like the main playmaker, and he was throwing dimes. I'm not gonna lie.
What about last year and the year before that?
I mean,
he was running point a lot and he was trash.
I mean, I guess, but like, I see the. I'm not saying he is a point. Like Booker and Bill are both not like.
They're both
not real point guards. They score first players. They don't look for their teammates to score as much as like point guard would need to. They don't control the pace of the game and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like Bradley Beal would have the best chance of like kind of working into like kind of developing into kind of a point guard. Like, but I still did. I don't feel comfortable. I wouldn't feel comfortable with running Bradley Beal as a point guard for long term or Devin Booker. But I feel like for the short term need, I feel like Bradley Beal would be like the best quick fix. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna give both of them reps at the position to see who like fits better. Like what Phoenix would hope for in the best case scenario is that Devin Booker could take like a James Harden role, which is not gonna happen at all. You know what I mean? Like, or like James Harden is a generational playmaker still, but like. Hopefully, you know what I mean. Like it's like he scored first, but he can still like get other people the buckets off his like scoring gravity too. I think that's what they'd hope for, best case scenario. But I think they're gonna give Beal and Booker like good reps at point guard, see what fits in the system. I still think like they're good enough playmakers though, where the team is not completely fur. You know what I mean? I still think they're gonna win a lot of regular season games. But the playoffs is for sure. But like
I don't winning a championship at that point.
The playoffs is where you're gonna see the importance of a playmaker like CP3. You know,
100%. Me personally, I don't like even I've said this in the last 2 pods when they got Bradley Beal. I don't think Phoenix is gonna be successful. I don't think. I just think. Like, bro, who are you relying on to be your, your leader, Devin Booker? Do I feel like Devin Booker is a leader? I don't think so.
I think KD's a leader.
I just don't understand why
he's not. Kevin Durant is not a leader.
Dude, what do you mean, bro?
He's not a successful. Kevin Durant is not a successful leader. Where in his career has he been a successful leader?
Okay,
do not say Golden State because Golden State was Stephen Curry's team. And I think Draymond Green before
KD, yeah.
And then Clay and KD you could fight over. But like to be honest, it's Draymond and Steph's team before KD's team.
Okay, it doesn't mean he's not a leader just because it's their team.
Where has he been successful in the NBA as a leader?
Okay, see.
He didn't do anything. What are you talking about?
They went to the finals.
And they lost.
Just because they don't win means he's not a leader?
He's not a successful leader. A successful leader is... Bro, how many times did people give shit to LeBron until he won a ring in Cleveland? I'm not Cleveland, in Miami. Everyone did.
But he won. Remember, when LeBron won the ring in Miami, it was on Dwayne Wade's team. First. That was Dwayne Wade's team's first.
You know what's crazy?
arguably, to be fair, someone who watched basketball at the time, like, I think you could have made a case that Dwayne Wade was a better basketball player. That like not an overall pure basketball player, but he helped the team win more before that series. Before that year, like during the Dallas season series, if they won that year, Dwayne Wade is the Finals MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was the problem though. Like they were going back and forth between like LeBron didn't like want to fully take the reins because he's like, okay, this is Dwayne Wade's team. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean? So it was like he wouldn't be asking from the ball from Dwayne, like all that. And then after 2011 when they lost, that's when Wade was like, you're the best player in the world. Like you got to step up. This is your team. Like take the keys. You know what I mean? And that's when y'all saw what happened. Y'all saw what happened 2012. I don't have to.
Hey, but I mean, bro, when they won that year, I mean, OKC was like a big. They were big.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't like all the points were like, you know what I mean?
James Harden wasn't even a freaking star yet.
Yeah, but like, their East run was still like, I don't want to say like extremely difficult, but it was still like
for sure. Who did Celtics, Pacers. They didn't run into the Knicks.
But we're talking about an aging Celtics team. We're talking about
Chill.
a Pacers
On God,
team.
the Celtics were always bumped for LeBron. I'm not
they won Game 7.
But bro, they were like, how old was Paul Pierce and KG?
Nigga, they took them he took them Game 7. Nigga, that was bumped.
They were in their 30s though.
That was bumped for them.
That was bumped though.
There was bump.
It wasn't like late 30s. It wasn't like they were 35, 36. Like it was still
Miami should have been the favorite to win that, regardless.
Well, Miami. I think Miami went to 7 with Boston and Indiana.
Yeah, both.
What I'm saying is Miami is supposed to win those. They're supposed to win those.
I think it was 6. It was 6 in Indiana.
In my fault, 6 Indiana.
What I'm saying is Miami is supposed to win those series though. They're not supposed to not win those series. Yes,
but I'm saying that
it's a great team. Yes, the Pacers were a good team. But I'm saying is like
me personally, I'll say this: the LeBron East that he played against when he was in Miami compared to
Cleveland,
light years.
So
light years more competitive.
Miami was still favorites, but like you said, like it was light years, bro.
Yeah, no, like if LeBron didn't win, it definitely would have been like, yo, you should have won it. Like, I'm saying like it wasn't like by no means like a
the East. Yeah, easy. First of all,
it wasn't like Cleveland.
You're still playing PG. I mean, you're still playing KG and Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. And bro, they're a great team, right? Robin Rondo, all these players. But like, I'm just saying like you're supposed to win that series. What I'm saying is like when LeBron wins against OKC. 2012, like he's playing kids. Like let's be real, like he's playing.
For sure, he's playing kids. But my thing is like I
playing with dude, people our age, like
they were young.
Wow. Yeah, but you gotta remember these guys still like not walk through the West, but like they're there for a reason. You know what I mean?
The West?
No, I'm saying OKC didn't like walk through the West, but like they're still there for a reason. You know what I mean? Like they beat the Spurs.
Because they're Kevin Durant and Kevin Durant.
They finally the Lakers were bullying them for like what 3 years, and then they finally beat us, and then they beat.
They still had 3 future Hall of Famers, 3 future MVPs.
They weren't even at their peak though.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's why going back into the subject, I was saying Kevin Durant's not a leader.
Nah, Kevin Durant's a leader, but I don't know if he's
at that point in his career, I don't fault him for it. But everything after is what for me proves that he's not a leader. Like, I'm talking about like 20, because at that point you're still young, you know what I mean? I'm not expecting you to backpack a team to the championship, not backpack, but like leadership wise, like I still think he was the leader of that team. Actually, it could have been Westbrook more, to be honest. But like, you know what I mean? Around 2014 is where I'm like, all right, like let me credit him from there. You know what I mean? 2014, 2015, because by then it's like you've been in the league for like 5-6 years. You know what I mean? Like
7 years. 2014.
Yeah. By then you've been there a while. You know what I mean? This is your team. You've been handed the keys. Like you and Westbrook need to take leadership and finish it through. We saw what he did. Went to Warriors. That's obviously not his team.
Me personally, I'm not even gonna lie. I personally think that it might be a hot take. I think that Chris Paul is a better leader than Kevin Durant.
I agree.
Bro, Chris Paul is like the best leader in the NBA.
Huh?
Chris Paul's like the best leader in the NBA.
I'm
gonna say it, bro. He's the best leader.
Listen. After LeBron, I have Chris Paul.
Hey, he's the best.
Currently, in his career-wise, I would say, obviously, I'm not going to mention retired player because that's a different argument, but like LeBron, then CP, yeah.
How are you going to say that when you just said KD's not a good leader because he didn't win shit?
Kevin Durant is and I'm going to say this too. Listen, I have a perfect argument. Kevin Durant is light years, more skill set, better player than Chris Paul. Chris Paul is a 6-foot point guard who can do about, averagely everything on the court besides passing, right?
That hurts to hear, no.
No, but 100%. He's not like, he's not the greatest trick shooter. Let's be honest.
Chris Paul.
He's defensively a great player. My fault. Defensively,
Chris Paul was a 20+ points per game player, 10+ assists, and he's all NBA first team defense.
All right, I got you. But my thing is, if you're trying to compare Kevin Durant's skill set to Chris Paul, Kevin Durant is supposed to be the second best player I'm supposed to have watched. Obviously, after LeBron, Kobe, he was before him, but it's LeBron and Kevin Durant. Right? And he didn't do that. We talked about this last pod. How many players have gone above Kevin Durant throughout their careers and earlier in their careers than Kevin Durant, right? I told you, Jokic. I told you, Giannis. They slipped above them.
Like, so you think Jokic and Giannis are better all time than Kevin Durant?
I think me personally. Longevity. No, okay, not right now. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not right now. But I'm saying projectively.
Yeah.
Projected, bro. Hell yeah. Give me 5 years, we're gonna have a whole different discussion.
Both of them are back-to-back MVPs. They both have a championship that
More
we
MVPs
can
than
all
Kevin Durant.
agree was both of them were better championships than Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And then what's it called? Giannis also has a DPOI on him.
But Kevin Durant's
And they're
been
projected to get
Kevin
more.
Durant's been like the best scorer in like the NBA for
Yeah, but that's not.
Hold on. Let me ask you an argument.
It's not
Do you
enough.
think Stephen Curry had a better? Who's a better player, Steph or KD?
I think he's a better player. I think Steph has a better legacy.
Yeah.
For sure, that's how it's supposed to be. But that's what I'm trying to say. Steph, my fault. I didn't even mention
I respect
Steph.
Steph more, but I think if I have to choose, like if I want to win a basketball game today, I'm gonna take Kevin Durant. Like,
But that's what I'm trying to say. Even my fault. I didn't even mention Stephen Curry. He ranked above Kevin Durant in his career.
Yeah, you can say he has a better legacy. Yeah, if you want to
For
say
sure.
he's higher all time, that's fine.
And I feel like for me, if you want to mention a leader, especially with the caliber of Kevin Durant, it doesn't coerce.
We've seen Kevin Durant throw his rosters under the bus. Imagine LeBron.
But Draymond Green is the leader of the Warriors. Let's be real. Draymond Green was the leader of the Warriors. He's the leader. So when you talk about leading a team, I don't think it's fair to say, oh well, Steph's a better leader because like I don't even think Steph was really the leader of the Warriors. Honestly,
It was Draymond.
it was Draymond Green. Draymond Green is the guy. He's the coach on the floor. He's the guy telling everybody.
I think Steph Curry came into the role though. Like the 2022, what was it? Yeah,
he
2022 championship they won in. Like I think by then.
He carried his talent. He carried his talent and stuff. I'm saying like at the end of the day, like Draymond Green is like, bro, he's the boss. Like, he's the boss.
I see Kevin Durant throw his rosters under the bus. Like he literally sat there in the post game conference and he's like, "How am I supposed to win with?" And he named the players. That's crazy, bro. Like it's so grimy.
I mean, bro,
imagine we're playing hoops and I'm like, I lost because Michael Bahalu's doing. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy, bro.
Hey, to be fair though, like he's not wrong though. OKC like.
Team was trash.
Anybody with good except for Russell Westbrook.
Like,
Chill. On my life. Chill. On my life.
Andre Roberson.
That's fine though.
On my
I'm
life.
not saying it's fine, but it's better than like
Andre Roberson.
liars on the team.
Andre
You know what I
Roberson
mean?
has no business starting on any NBA starting.
On my life, LeBron has dealt with worse. I wouldn't say.
Because LeBron is a different tier, bro. I'm sorry.
LeBron is
Right,
Kevin
Durant, okay, you're right.
Kevin
Kevin Durant is not the best leader. This fact.
He's not a leader.
Every time LeBron had a super duper track, like I'm talking about like bottom of the barrel team in the NBA. Yeah, he might have took him to the finals. He might have took Ilgauskas and Mo Williams and stuff to the finals, but they're not winning the finals. LeBron can only get you so far.
But my thing is Kevin Durant. You have a top 5 point guard in Russell Westbrook in your prime. Come on.
And what else does he have besides that? And like freaking. He has some. He wasn't even as Stephen Adams wasn't even the best. He wasn't even at the best of his like career.
Okay. Let's be honest. Do you want to compare LeBron, Kobe's Lakers in 2000 after Shaq left?
They didn't win though.
No, I'm saying when Powell came.
Okay, how about this?
That's a good team. Andrew
The thing is, you can't.
Ron Artest.
You can't say.
Come on.
You can't say
Let's
OKC.
be real. Ron Artest in 2010. Okay, Ron Artest 2004 compared to 2010 is a completely different player.
You can't say OKC had a bad roster when they were literally up on 3-1 on the 73-9 season.
And by the way,
they were up 3-1 against that team because of Kevin Durant and Russ Westbrook just being who they are.
Warriors just stepped up for him.
It wasn't because like they had a great team. They weren't a deep team. Like they weren't like they can't go play.
I think they were a good team. I think they were downplaying.
Bro, they had Andre Roberson starting for their team.
In 2016, you sure?
I was Andre Roberson or freaking Thabo Sefolosha at that time.
Hey, wait. Chill out, Sefolosha.
Okay, Sefolosha's better than Roberson. I'll give you that.
I used to get buckets on him 2013, 2K13, bro.
Yeah, Sefolosha's not that bad. You know, hey, I respect Sefolosha, but Andre Roberson has no business starting on any NBA roster. If your team is starting Andre Roberson at any point in your team's like career, right? There's something wrong with your team. But Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook don't win with Andre Roberson at shooting guard.
But listen to me. The Oklahoma City Thunder during the reign of Kevin Durant were consistently top 2, top 3 in the West. A lot of times first in the West. And they were competing. They were dogfighting with the Spurs. They were dogfighting with the Rockets. They were dogfighting with the. They took out the mini Lakers dynasty that we had when we won back to back with Boston and Orlando, and they were the best team in the West.
That's because they're getting carried by.
They were the best team in the West.
At the same time, when they'd fail, it would be because of them.
My fault. The Clippers too. They were knocking out the Clippers as well.
When KD left OKC, they were barely making the playoffs. You see what I'm saying?
That's how big of an impact he had on the team.
Because exactly, so what I'm saying is without KD and Russell Westbrook, that team is literally the bottom, like the worst team in the NBA.
The worst team.
They were the worst team in the NBA.
Yes, worst team in the
They made the
NBA.
playoffs the year after.
Worst team.
They made the playoffs the year after as the 6th seed. That was Russell's MVP.
I'm saying without Russell KD, they would be.
Without Russell KD, yeah. You can say that about any team. Like without their stars, they'd be the worst.
Even if you took KD and Steph off that Warriors team that won the finals, they're still not the worst team in the NBA. That's like what it is. Like I'm sorry, they're not the worst team. They might I would see them maybe not making the playoffs, but like they're still competing against a lot of teams. You know what I mean? Like without Russell Westbrook and KD, that team is literally the worst team in the NBA. Like by far, like
100%.
nothing.
But at the same time, I can say that about every team. You feel me?
Bro, there's no.
Like, what are the Lakers without LeBron and AD?
Yeah.
What's the Nuggets without Jamal Murray?
But the Lakers are a real contender now because exactly that reason. They don't have depth. They're just a team that's relying on the greatness of.
Unfortunately, I would have to agree with what?
You said Lakers don't have depth right now?
They don't have championship depth. They don't have depth to compete for.
I'm saying like any team, and I'm saying any team you take the best 2 players off it, because like every team has at least 1 star. You take the best 2 players off any team, they're gonna probably be the worst team.
What I'm saying, no, there's a lot of teams where if you took the star player or you took the top 2 players on the team, they might not. They're gonna be obviously a way worse, but they're not going to be the worst team in the NBA still. And I'm saying is like, yeah, the Lakers, if you took AD and LeBron off, they're the worst team in the NBA. If you took Russell Westbrook and KD off of that OKC team, they're the worst team in the NBA. But the Warriors that won the championship, or for example, even the Nuggets, right? Even the Nuggets without freaking Jamal Murray and Jokic, I don't think they're going to be the worst team in the NBA. They're not going to be the best team. They might not even make the playoffs.
They'd be bottom.
They probably won't even make the playoffs. Yeah, they're not going to make the playoffs probably. But I can see them being like a 12 seed, 11
maybe fighting for that playing position. I can see that. I actually can see that from the Nuggets. Yeah.
They still have something to work with. What I'm saying is OKC had absolutely nothing. They had nothing to work with besides Russell Westbrook and KD. As far as like they had no offense besides that. Their offense is literally just, hey, Russell Westbrook and KD are gonna.
Would you not agree that Thunder were like a top 3 team in the league when both of them were on the team together? Yeah. They were a top 3 team.
Yeah.
So what is that? We shouldn't be. Obviously, they don't have the depth or whatnot. But listen. They let, I'm telling you, they let dynasties run over them. They let the Spurs run over them. They let the Warriors run over them.
Great teams. You're talking about like some of the great
teams. But like in comparison to Oklahoma City, it's like they maybe had one bit of a difference. Spurs might have had Kawhi Leonard and his impact coming on the team was, it wasn't like light years, like helping the Spurs. And like also the Warriors. The Warriors were like a start-up team when the Thunder were basically a finished product. Yeah. And you see how they just ran up the field and they just passed OKC?
Yeah, but here's the thing though. The Warriors had a better coaching staff. They had a better front office, which helped them get more depth. Like I said, the Thunder are literally relying on... It's the Russell Westbrook and KD show. That's what the Thunder were.
But listen to me. The Warriors, the year before they won the championship, got knocked out by the Clippers in the second round.
Yeah.
So let's not go and say the Warriors were like, one step away from them. They weren't one step away. They were still getting bullied. Not like they were kind of bullied by the Clippers.
They were young.
But
they were still young. Klay Thompson.
Within 1 year, they went light years, bro. In 1 year, they went light years.
He's saying like they didn't get no like top 10 players.
Hell no, nothing happening. Every player on that. By the way, I think the only player that I don't think David Lee was on that team when they went to Cleveland when they beat.
No,
Cleveland.
he wasn't.
David Lee was like the only player that they let go. Yeah. He got traded mid-season. I don't know. I think that year.
They did change their team though. They
came mid-season that.
They changed it up, but like he's saying the core's still there.
Yeah, but also
the core's still there, but they changed the team still. David Lee gone. Draymond started
way better. The Warriors had a way better front office and a way better coaching, way better like development team than the Thunder had from the jump. Like that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm trying to explain to you is like the Thunder never dudes like Andre Roberson and Cameron Payne and
Ennis Cantor.
And these Cameron Payne was not on the Thunder. Cameron Payne was not on the Thunder when Kevin Durant was there.
Y'all forgetting they had Ibaka. Mid 2010s Ibaka was him.
He was good. But
Cameron Payne there when like I think Kevin Durant was
he was a rookie early.
Rookie, yeah. Okay, my
bad. They never developed. What I'm saying is the Thunder never developed. Like most of everybody outside of Westbrook, KD, Steven Adams, and Ibaka, and like I said, by the time KD left, Steven Adams didn't reach like his best until after KD left, right? So what I'm saying is, besides those 4 players, they didn't really develop any. Nobody else really became a better player through the years. Nobody else got better. Andre Roberson never got better. Sabonis never got better.
Andre Roberson in the league.
Kendrick Perkins was like
he's not really. He got at the Thunder. Did he go anywhere? Was he in the Pistons? Maybe I'm tripping. He was in the Pistons, right?
Andre Roberson?
Yeah, he was on the Pistons.
I don't know. He probably played like 2 years
Bro,
after.
I don't care where the hell Andre Roberson is.
Yeah.
And how knows he should not be on an NBA starting team. Like,
Yeah, he's
on a starting lineup.
roster is pretty.
That's all I gotta say. So what I'm saying is,
name the roster real quick. It's 2015, 2014.
This is 2015, 2016. They have Steven Adams, DJ Augustine, Nick Collison,
Obviously, it was who?
KD, Enes Kanter, Serge, Anthony Morrow, Campaign,
Good.
Andre Roberson, Dion
DJ
Waiters,
Augustine.
Westbrook, and then a couple others.
I really think that's what DJ Augustine.
Okay,
You're
but
really gonna say DJ Augustine?
what I'm saying is, bro, that team is not supposed to beat San Antonio. That team is not supposed to beat. The Caesars are not supposed to beat San Antonio and Golden State. They're not supposed to. They don't want to do that because they have KD. It's a KD. You're not supposed to.
So you think that Devin Booker and Kevin Durant situation in Phoenix is kind of similar to that OKC situation?
Well, Kevin Durant's getting older. He's not who he was like 5 years ago, 7 years ago, right? We're not talking about 2016, 2015, 2014 Kevin Durant, right? We're talking about a 36-year-old, 35, whatever old he is, right? So I don't know what Kevin Durant we're getting next season. I don't know. Maybe he's still the same guy. Maybe he's not, right? But the thing in Phoenix is, at the end of the day, what makes the San Antonio and Golden State such great teams is they have fit. It's the same reason when Russell Westbrook came to the Lakers, I was the one saying to everybody, this team is not going to be good because you can't just, like you just said earlier, you can't just throw stars together like this is 2K and say, oh, this guy's a 90 overall, this guy's a 95 overall, this guy's and we're going to win a championship now, right? You got to actually, basketball, you have to, there's a reason there's a coach on the floor. There's a reason why there's coaching and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. You need to have a system that works, right? And the reason why the experience, like Russ Westbrook was cooking people in like now in LA, right? Last season, he dropped like a game where he had like.
Who dropped LA?
No, he was like the Clippers, right? So what I'm saying is, it wasn't like Russ Westbrook was like just became like some horrible player. He didn't fit in the system because there's no spacing on the floor, and you're relying on dudes who can't shoot the ball, right? So you have everybody just congested in the paint and dudes who can't. But shoot the ball.
You know, one thing I have to ask you: do you feel like Russ Westbrook was kind of an impact on why Kevin Durant left? Because his what's the word?
Style of play.
His style of play was very much contingent and like kind of like blocking Kevin Durant from actually reaching his full potential. Because I feel like Kevin Durant had a little bit more to give to that OKC roster, but I felt like Russ kind of being a little bit egotistical and kind of like ball hoggy in a sense on that team, kind of like distance Kevin Durant. Like I speak about this a lot. Like I even remember there was a certain time when I used to watch OKC. I was like, damn, like who's like the star of the team anymore? Like, you know what I mean? It was like Russ Westbrook would have probably less points than Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant would have more points, but
there would be some games where like Russ is shooting like 25 shots and
that's what I'm saying,
15, 16, yeah, for sure.
But you'd be
like, why does this guy keep shooting? For sure. Literally, the finals was like that. He took way more shots than he needed to. Had a lot of turnovers. Like he's a big part of why they lost that.
There's a lot of
obviously, I don't think they were ever beating the Heat, even if like they both played their best at that current age. At their current age, even if they played their best, I don't think they would have won that series. But like he's a big part of like why that loss happened so quick. You know what I mean? It should have been more competitive. But he's getting a lot of turnovers. Magic Johnson actually said he was like, "This is the worst performance I've seen from a point guard in the finals."
Damn.
I swear. Said on live TV.
Oh, he did. He was doing ABC back in the day. I remember. He was like, it was like how earning them do like.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he was doing ABC back then.
I mean, bro, I would say like maybe that's part of it. Maybe like the way Russell plays maybe kind of turned Kevin Durant off eventually. But at the end of the day, I think if they were winning, then he wouldn't have left, right? Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, he sees a team like Golden State where they're like like they're competing. They're competing with Golden State, right? Mm-hmm. But he's like, yo, like I can go to them and like. Then we know who can compete with this. You know what I'm saying? Who can compete with this if I go to Golden State, right? So it's like I feel like at the end of the day, it was a matter of fact. It was a matter of he just wanted a monopoly on winning, and he was like, "Where can I get that at?" Right? It's why people make super teams. They want to create a monopoly on winning, right? And so he was like, "I can keep fighting for a ring and maybe get one with Westbrook and OKC, right? If we make the right, teammates the right moves and all that, or I can just join the team." Where if I join this team, there's not a single team that can compete with us in the NBA, right? And that's exactly what happened because the Warriors were competing with when OKC still had KD, right? They're OKC. I mean, Golden State still had to fight OKC and Cleveland to win a ring. It wasn't like they were getting free rings still, right? They're probably still still the deepest team in the NBA. They still probably were like the best all around team, like depth wise and all that, right? But LeBron is not letting you win a ring easy, right? And LeBron, I think personally, if those teams went up head to head like healthy, I think the Cavs win every year.
100% no.
Right?
What? OKC versus Cleveland? I think
Health. No, I'm not saying. I'm saying Cleveland versus Golden State. If they were both healthy all those years, I think Cleveland wins those matchups.
For sure.
After KD?
Before KD.
If KD never comes, I see like a Cleveland 3-1 or maybe like a 2-2.
It'd be 2-2.
2-2
because Cleveland will not beat 17 and 18.
Yeah. Like,
but
the first two,
some slowing down. First two, Cleveland would have won.
We're talking about like Kevin Durant hypothetically never went to.
Yeah, he's not winning. Yeah.
No. I still see Cavs winning 2017. I'm not gonna lie.
I think they would have won every
with
single.
With KD or without KD?
I'm saying I think the Cavs would have won every single finals they played against the Warriors before they got KD.
Yeah, that's what
everyone was healthy. If everyone was healthy.
I want you guys to remember first and foremost, the Warriors almost beat them. It was like 3-1. Like let's be real. Like it was 3-1, but the Cavaliers had to like basically like.
I think we can all agree though. LeBron, the Cavs would have won 2015.
Yeah, and the Cavs would have beat them.
2016, they obviously won. I think if they went into 2017, I think the Cavs still would have won. I don't know. Y'all cannot agree with me. You're right. It is very close. So it's like I can see either way. I agree. Until Kyrie left in 2018, I can still see the Cavs winning.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Because they kind of not figured them out completely, but like they figured the Warriors out. They even what's it called?
That's just LeBron. You can't deal with LeBron. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What you gonna do? So my point is like, bro, Golden State had to compete to still win. When OKC and when Kevin was still in OKC, they still had to fight OKC and Cleveland hard to win those rings. You know what I mean? But as soon as KD got to Golden State, it was a monopoly on the Larry O'Brien trophy. Like, that's what it is. Like, so it's like, why would I'm me myself thinking like me personally, right? If all I want to do is win an NBA game, I would do exactly what Kevin Durant did, and not because I hate Russell Westbrook, but just because like that's the best way to guarantee success. So, like, it's exactly what you got to do.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
And
if you went to Cleveland, he's not gonna be the best player on the team. Let's be real, right?
Oh, Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
Hell no.
He's not.
Logan, if you went to Cleveland, I'd be more pissed about
so
that.
So because Golden State,
I'd be more pissed about that.
What the actual?
I don't think Bro would go like that.
Bro was the best. Golden State could have done in that situation.
What? What did you say?
It's the best thing Kevin Durant could have done in the situation. He goes to a team, nobody can compete with them. He's gonna win. He's gonna be the best player on the team. He's saying
winning wise, like legacy wise, obviously not.
If you want to win games, doing what Kevin Durant was the best thing because if he went to Cleveland, he's not. Bro, LeBron's gonna get most of the shine. Let's be real, right? You know, we're gonna be talking about LeBron's the greatest player of all time now, no question. So that's what the discussion.
You know what would have been fire? You know, in like retrospect, would have been fire if he went to the Rockets. That would have been fire.
Ooh.
Yeah, would have been. But you know what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying though.
I mean, James don't.
But they would have still had to. But if he went to the Rockets, they would have still had to compete though. They still would have had to fight. For
I get exactly what you're saying. You're right. From a winning standpoint, it's the easiest. But that's the problem. Like what people wanted from that KD move was maybe okay. You don't want to run it back with OKC. That's fine. But don't go to the roster that stacked roster. Yeah,
that's what people are mad because it's like now there's no competition in the NBA.
Yeah, that's literally. So if you went to a team like the Rockets, like maybe some people would be looking at sideways, but it would be a lot more respect.
Yeah, exactly. We don't respect it as fans because it's pretty like lame to see. But if you want to win games, Kevin Durant made the most sense. And whether it had something to do with how he felt personally about Westbrook and how he plays or whatever, maybe not. But I'm saying if I was Kevin Durant, I just care about winning games. Even if I didn't care, even if I loved Westbrook and I loved the way he played or whatever, it still would have made more sense for me to go to Golden State.
Yeah, it's literally the best thing for both their careers because Westbrook got the MVP the next year, 100%. And then KD got his rings. He already got his MVP, so he got his rings.
And going into the next topic that I wanted to get into, actually, so we've been still in the wait, I'm not going to lie, for Damian Lillard to make a decision when it comes to him going to, wherever he's trying to go. I don't know, Wiki, you weren't on the pod last time. What do you feel about the Damian Lillard situation? Do you feel like...
I think he waited way too long to like freaking...
To be like a man, right? After signing that 5-year deal, like, bro, it's like, what, 5 years? Like, he got the OC max, he got the crazy max.
Yeah.
And now he's like waiting for a deal, and he's being bougie about it too. So I feel like one or two things about to happen. He's not gonna go. Miami's just not gonna find a deal, or like, I don't know.
He's gonna get traded to probably some random ass team.
I don't think so. I think if that happens, then the Portland Trailblazers as an I said Trailblazers. Trailblazers as an organization just look garbage. You know what I mean? Because it's like this guy's giving me so much loyalty, blah blah blah. And
bro. Like I mean, like LeBron. No,
as organization, you should do it 100%. Like organizations don't win off being loyal to players.
Yeah,
they win off like making moves, like literally like trading IT. What's it called after that Celtics run? Like
that was L. I don't know if that was L, but that was. I think me personally, the Celtics took an L on that.
Now you could look at the Celtics and be like, damn, they're so grimy. But at the end of the day,
the L, like in a sense, like just as a basketball move, I don't think Kyrie Irving was like any much better than what IT was in Boston. Let's be real. Like
the thing is, if you're looking at IT, who's like a 5 whatever guard, 5'9" defensive liability, and you have to literally structure the roster around him for him
to play 4 on 5 on defense.
Yeah, to maximize him, and like you see Kyrie Irving, it's like you have stars in your eyes. You're literally like, you know what I mean? It's Kyrie Irving, bro. Like, but what was I saying?
Yeah, he's fresh off the ring too. He's fresh off the championship.
Yeah, but what was I saying? Organizations don't win off loyalty, but like at the same time, they still have to like show face. Does that make sense? Like they still have to like have an appearance of respect, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And Dame's with the Dame situation, like the whole theme of it is loyalty. Like he's been so loyal to his team. Like he's always like, I'm trying to run it back with them. I'm trying to make Portland the ring. So I feel like that whole thing, if they just do him dirty, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Dame's gonna look like a clown if that happens. Like,
I disagree. I don't think that's doing him dirty. I feel like at the end of the day, it's a business. Like, how loyal can you be when you can't find a deal with the team you want? Like, then send him off somewhere else.
The thing is, literally, no other teams even want to trade for him because
sure.
he literally said, "I only want to go to Miami," and his agent's like, if he gets traded to another team, he's gonna be unhappy. Like he's not trying to.
But I think Dame's
he's gonna request a trade.
It's Dame's fault. Why would like? I feel like it's
he waited too long.
He waited too long. It's kind of dumb to like lock in on one team. Same thing happened with Kawhi. Like I said last time.
Kawhi, I'm gonna be real honest. Like Kawhi and Damian Lillard as a player, there's actually there's a very big difference. Kawhi Leonard is a proven NBA champion. He's an MVP. The man is an actual superstar, like a genuine superstar in the league. I'm not saying that Damian Lillard is not a superstar, but he does not have the criteria of Kawhi Leonard. Let's be real.
Dude.
Yes, 100%.
Kawhi didn't carry to a championship in San Antonio.
Pascal Siakam.
No, he didn't.
I'm talking about before he went to Toronto. He did not carry.
I know, but when he
didn't want to go to Toronto.
I know. His stuff went from like here to like here. I'm not even gonna lie.
I know
he was like here, but like you went up here.
They are different, but like you're right. But I'm
bro,
saying
Kawhi almost knocked out the Warriors before Zaza.
Before he fucked them up.
He would. Bro, I'm telling you, the Spurs would have beat the Warriors that year too. Like, feel me? Zaza Pachulia just
he didn't do that grind.
Debatable, but yeah.
He did what he got to do.
They could.
Zaza Pachulia is the real MVP, bro.
Like and me, honestly, like hot take, Kawhi Leonard has a better legacy than Kevin Durant. We want to be real.
I agree.
100%. Like, bro.
You're talking about who's the greatest of all time. You're talking about who's the greatest of all time. I don't think it's Kawhi over KD.
You can't. No, you can't.
You can't because as a fan, you know how good Kevin Durant was and how long he did it for. But like, if you just at the end of the day, like 10 years later, you're just gonna look at Kawhi's like, you know what I mean? You're gonna see Kawhi's career. Yeah. And he finishes off with what, like 2 rings?
No, the difference is Kawhi didn't show up in the regular season most of his career. Kawhi was never like Kawhi in the playoffs is like a top 2, top 3 player in the NBA. Kawhi in the regular season is like the 10th best player in the NBA.
I can see either way. Because you could say, okay, KD has the MVP. Kawhi doesn't have that, but I think not even a lot. I think everyone respects Kawhi's 2019 title run more than both of Kevin's.
Regular season, right? Okay, but when we talk about just playoff success, they both have rings. They both have Finals MVPs. Right? KD has more. Like, I think. Wait, actually.
Kawhi's MVP. No, Kawhi doesn't have MVP.
No, I'm saying Finals MVPs. I'm saying they're about equal. They have the same number of rings, right? 3 each.
2.
No, 2 each.
2 each. Okay.
No, Kawhi doesn't have 3. He has 2.
Yeah, he was one with the Spurs, 2014, and then
he has one with the Spurs. He lost to Miami.
Yeah, 2014. No, the Spurs and the 2019 Raptors. Yeah,
he lost one time. Yeah,
no, they lost the Spurs. Lost that 1 year to Miami. Yeah. Okay, so 2. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, they have the same number of rings. They both have the same number of Finals MVPs. But the difference is KD has like probably 10,000 more points in the regular season than Kawhi does.
For sure.
KD has more, probably every stat. Everything in the regular season, he beats him in every way.
Yeah.
Well, not because Kawhi's not a great player, but because Kawhi does not care about the regular season.
Yeah.
Right. He's not. He'll miss 30 games if his team can afford it. Like he doesn't care. Right. So I think you have to put that into account too.
And one thing I want to mention as well, like what direction do the Clippers go in? Because if you want, you guys like I keep up a little bit with Paul George's podcast. Like I'm not gonna lie, like Kawhi Leonard's is like injury prone. We don't really know. We don't know his status.
I say keep him.
Paul George, I think his status is healthy now.
Yeah,
should be.
I say keep the team intact and just try to maybe. I think they should get Harden. I think they should.
They should.
I think Harden is looking to go to Clippers.
He wants to, yeah.
If they get Harden, that's a championship.
Trade for Harden?
And
I don't know about trade for him.
They have to trade. They have a lot of because they would lose a lot of depth.
Do they have cap space to sign him? When is he a free agent?
Honestly, I don't know.
He's not a free agent. Bro, he signed an extension with Philly on the account of they're gonna like make a sign and trade for him. Like he's gonna leave.
Bro, and let me tell you something. These teams are going to luxury tax for that NBA championship. I'm telling you.
Steve Ballmer definitely going to luxury tax.
Hell yeah.
Depends on which team you're talking about. But yeah,
Clippers. Steve Ballmer's a billionaire, like multi.
They're trying to get that ring, bro. They want to have a banner.
And
they can compete with the Lakers in their head.
They never compete. That's
in their head.
They're in their head. But what I'm trying to say is like, bro, what's it called? Like, I think every NBA championship team goes into luxury tax. 100%.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
So I think they'll definitely go to luxury tax. I don't know what role James.
The new CBA is bad though, bro. You know, like it's like for every dollar over the over the cap, I think they have to pay like $3 or something like that. Like it's crazy.
Damn. So
it's like for every dollar you pay over, you have to pay $3
times 3.
Something like that. It might be 2 something, but it's something along those lines.
I'll the team how it is. I think if they run it back, give it like a year. I mean, I don't know how many years you can get some good Russell Westbrook left out of it. I don't know how many years Russell Westbrook can play.
I think Russell Westbrook is not somebody you look at on your team is like, oh, this guy's gonna help.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't respect it.
No, I respect Westbrook.
Oh no, not Westbrook. I love Westbrook. I'm talking about the Clippers, bro. If I'm them, I'm blowing it up, bro. They literally after this year, like it's done. Like it's either this year or bust. Like literally.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need one more year to see how that team like healthy and every like.
Problem is, I just genuinely don't believe that it would be fully healthy.
They still have.
I'd love to see it, but I just don't think so.
Man, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I like that guy. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Terrence
Man's cool.
Bro, it's like, bro, like, when's the last time we seen Kawhi healthy in the playoffs?
Yeah.
He's just pretty injury prone too. I'm not gonna say he's like straight injury prone. Like it's terrible, but
all I'm saying is they have Terrence Mann. And Terrence Mann, I forgot what series was it where he like, dude, he was just cooking like, he cooked someone so bad they were like, bro, this guy won. I think it was versus the Jazz, right? Like a year or two ago. Dude, Donovan Mitchell was like, what the hell? Like, this guy, like, didn't miss a shot.
Yeah.
Like, he was just cooking, right? So I'm saying, like, Terrence Mann's going to get better, I think, every year, a little bit. He's still young. He's a young guy.
I like Norman Powell, too.
I think we might have, like, 2 years left of, like, all-star level Westbrook.
Hell no. I think you lost Westbrook. What are you talking about all-star level? Westbrook is not.
Yeah, all-star level is long.
Bro, I think he's still an all-star level player, bro. He had a few 30-point games last year. He didn't play good color because
he's gone from all-star to a great role player.
No, listen, he was a horrible player on the Lakers because the Lakers, like I said,
bro,
Russ
Westbrook is no NBA team you could drop Russ Westbrook right now. He's the superstar of that team.
I didn't say he's the best player, but
I think
he's still.
I think you put him on a mid team, he's still gonna give you like pretty great numbers.
I think he's still.
Might not be crazy efficiency, but
I think he's still a borderline all-star level player.
Yeah, I agree.
So what I'm
even if not all-star, like borderline all-star, because you saw what he did in that playoffs, right? He was he's the only reason they were still in it.
Yeah, bro, he had a couple like 30-something point games last year.
Yeah, and
he still has that in him.
Yeah, he's playing great defense too. Like he was,
still has that.
I don't want to say locking up. He played good defense on KD.
He still has that Westbrook that we all know. You know what I mean? It's just like
still got that dog.
It's just like that first year when you play with the team, you gotta like fit. You gotta figure out the fit and chemistry and all that. Yeah. This year, I think we need to see like, okay, what can this team do when they've kind of gotten to know each other a little bit, played together, and then we'll see what everything can do. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 years left with Westbrook. After that, they gotta figure something out. So I think keep the team for like one last year this year, see how it goes. If it looks like this team could maybe win a championship in the next year or two, keep it. If not, then yeah, you gotta blow it up.
But you agree if we have another postseason where Kawhi's not playing, you should blow it up.
100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's
all I'm saying.
If Kawhi doesn't play this year, if he doesn't play in the postseason this year, you don't have a lot. Like I said, you don't have a lot of Westbrook left. You don't have a lot of like good Westbrook left. So it's like, if you don't get him this year, then you're gonna have to. Then basically, it's taking you a year back to like see how the team fits and stuff. Yeah. And if you don't have that,
Westbrook and PG are the championship level too.
The window isn't big enough for them to just like waste time trying to figure the fit out and all.
I think the Clippers healthy. Like I'm gonna be real honest, they're the only team I think could compete with the Nuggets. Like on a like.
That's what I'm saying.
They're the only team that like just like on paper like the only genuine team that can compete with the Nuggets. Like I feel like every other team is either gonna have to like I don't not even finesse it, just gonna like have to like over star power when it comes to the Warriors. I think me personally with the Lakers, I'm not really looking forward for the Lakers to do anything, to be honest, really crazy. I think they might be in the second round, third round, but we haven't made like we did some. I guess we made some moves in the free agency, but it wasn't like to the point where we're gonna be.
Lakers gotta blow it up. Lakers gotta blow it up.
I've been saying that.
The longer the teams stay together, the longer it's just.
I think it's funny how the Lakers in the last 4 years, like the AD LeBron era, compared to the like Paul George and Kawhi era, like the Paul George and Kawhi era is really a failure. But it's just like funny because I think all the eyes are always on LeBron, obviously, and like the Lakers, obviously it's a franchise as well. I'm not just gonna say.
I think people think that's a success, but for me, I think AD and LeBron were a failure. I think that's a failure. To be honest, I think multiple rings.
Championship. I think that's
compared to Kawhi, PG for like failure for sure.
No, for sure failure. I guess.
But they had their face on. What's it called? They had their face on billboards talking about the king of LA, all that, or like the new team in LA. Like
Kawhi won a championship. I think in Toronto with less help, if you ask me. And like I mean, like I know there's like the health stuff and all that, but I'm saying like if they don't win, if he wins one in Toronto but not in LA, I think you have to say it's a failure because it's like, bro, like I think it's a big stain on PG's legacy and like especially if they're healthy, I think it's a huge stain on PG's legacy more than anything if they don't want a ring, because it's like dude, Kawhi literally won a ring with Pascal Siakam, like you know what I'm saying, and a bunch of scrubs and like Fred VanVleet, I guess, but like.
Hey. Not so
like,
much on Fred.
Fred's nice. But I'm saying, like, you know what I mean, though. And Fred wasn't even that guy.
He wasn't, bro. He was 6th man.
He was like,
he was 6th, 7th man type.
He was still, he wasn't shining all the way like how he is now. So I feel like if they don't win healthy, a lot of people are gonna be looking at PG funny, and I'm gonna be looking at PG funny.
100%.
Do you think this Lakers like reign is like a failure?
Yeah, 100%. As a Lakers fan, personally, I'm looking at AD and LeBron. The amount that we traded for Anthony Davis to get one ring, I'm a diehard Lakers fan. Like, bro, I don't know about this LeBron new fans and stuff. Oh, one ring, I'm happy. Like, bro, no, like, bro. Expecting 2 to 3 rings out of this dynasty, at least minimum. And yeah, 2 to 3 rings did not happen. We won 1 ring in the bubble, and for the rest of the time, we didn't make the playoffs twice. We freaking what? Like, we got swept by the Nuggets in
No, you didn't make it once.
Twice.
Nah, you guys made it. You just got swept.
My fault. I'm thinking about Lonzo. My fault. I'm tripping. Yeah, one time. Yeah, you're right. One time. Still,
I mean, that's still, I guess, part of the LeBron era, but not the LeBron.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, LeBron AD. Yeah.
So 2019, he didn't make it.
Uh-huh.
But LeBron was injured.
2021.
21, you got first round bounce by the Suns.
2020,
you didn't make it, and then here you got swept by Nuggets.
So me personally, yeah, failure. Like what? There's one ring that came out of that, but like. Out of a dynasty, like that's what I'm trying to say. Like when I be talking about LeBron, I don't want to get too into it because I always talk about it. But like, bro, LeBron has never like I don't feel like ever like successfully like done some things with a team. Like I don't think that like LeBron James when it came to Miami, I feel like that was a failure as well. I think Cleveland wasn't a failure. I think Cleveland was the most successful thing second time around. Was more.
Skip Bayless, man.
No, I'm not Skip Bayless. I'm telling you the truth. Miami on paper won 2 out of 4 rings, bro. First of all, both those times, Dallas.
It was just 3 players, bro.
It wasn't only 3 players.
Okay, let's look at San Antonio, bro.
Is their center. I mean, like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, no, they're still a great team, but like
Miami was the best team.
Wade was not the player.
Everyone was so-called put Miami as that a super team.
But
they were.
Dwayne Wade was.
San Antonio was a super team.
No,
Dwayne Wade was falling off.
How was it not a super team?
I think San Antonio
was
more. San Antonio, I would compare San Antonio more on the scale of like how Denver is. It says like balance of a team.
You're tripping. Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili.
But like they were not in their primes. None of them were in their primes.
They're still all-stars.
Their primes
were still all-stars. Hall of Famers.
Tony Parker was top.
In 2015 and 16.
They're not Hall of Fame players?
No, they were all-stars.
Tony Parker
said all-stars.
was still a top.
I said all-time player.
You said all-stars. I'm glad you said. Did you not say all-stars?
He might have said all-stars. I didn't say.
We said all-stars.
Top, bro. Okay, when I say the word all-star, I'm not saying literally did they play on the all-star team. I mean like. Could they compete with anybody on the All-Star team?
No.
Tony Parker was a top 5 point guard in the NBA when they won a championship.
He was.
In 2015?
He was.
Yes.
Tim Duncan was the best power forward in the league.
Yeah. Whoa, in 2016?
Yeah.
2014.
When they won championship,
he was the best power forward in the league.
Bro, think about it. In 2017, they were still competing. They were still competing with the Warriors.
Who the hell was a better power forward than Tim Duncan in 2014?
No, not even that. 2017, you guys were literally saying. You guys were literally saying, or was it you that was just saying 2017, if Zaza didn't injure Kawhi, they still would have won?
Yeah.
That's pretty much majority. Same roster, that's 3 years after.
I think Tim Duncan...
I think yes, they were out of their prime.
They were out of their primes is what I'm trying to say. Like, you're comparing this person to 2017.
Yeah, they're out of their primes, it's not like they were trash.
Tony Parker was still
a top 5 super team as well. Super team, that's not super team.
The reason,
okay, still top 5 point guard in the NBA out of his prime that year. He might be out of his prime, but he's still top 5 point guard.
Okay, forget the label or whatever. The teams themselves, the Spurs were just as good as Miami. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
So how are you going to say it was a failure when he was going up with this, like, similar comp?
They're good role players.
I have something to say. I think just because they were similar comp doesn't give LeBron the excuse for him to lose. I feel like LeBron, especially when he was in Miami, had a lot to prove. Because he really took a crazy L of a move leaving Cleveland. Not L like in a sense like, he had a lot of hate on his back. So for him to come and win like 50% of the championship that he was in, Me personally, I feel like he should have won 3.
Bro,
I think 3's that. Like, you know what a successful dynasty is to me? Kobe shot. Magic and Kareem. MJ Pippen. Those are successful dynasties because they won 3 or more rings.
He was a show.
I don't see the Heat as a dynasty.
Dwayne Wade was a show of himself.
I don't see it as a dynasty.
So I'm saying, okay, so my thing is his stint in Miami wasn't a success because he didn't make it a dynasty. He should have. LeBron was never a part of a dynasty.
Dwayne Wade was playing like 20 games or something.
He was never part of a dynasty. He may have been part of a super. He may have been a part of a super.
I said this last part. Context.
Yeah, Dwayne Wade, dude.
What do you mean context?
Dwayne Wade was not playing like he was barely on the floor. Like,
by 2014,
he was barely on the floor. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why LeBron left because Dwayne Wade was barely even playing basketball anymore. Dude was in and out. Miami literally was like, when LeBron left, they literally were like, yo, we can't even build around Dwayne Wade.
So they traded in Chicago.
They were like, yo, we can't even build around Dwayne Wade.
No, the year LeBron left, they went to the playoffs and they beat Charlotte.
I know, but Miami, their whole plan was, if you were watching basketball at that time, like if you were watching, like you know what they were saying and stuff.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
They were literally saying they were planning on building around Chris Bosh because they didn't even know how much.
That's true.
If Dwayne Wade was gonna be on the floor, because Dwayne Wade was never on the.
But he was still hooping. The next year, LeBron left, he was a bucket.
Bro,
he's a bucket. He's Dwayne Wade, but he's still injury prone.
He's injury prone. He's barely on the floor, and that's what
I'm pretty sure in that 2014 finals, Chris Bosh averaged 14 and 8.
And that was their.
I don't know if he's injured or I don't like. I'm not gonna.
No, he's just mid. He's just mid.
I mean, bro, Chris Bosh had to play like he had to kind of change the way he played a little.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Obviously, he was gonna put up Toronto Raptors numbers.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
that Spurs squad is just.
You don't have Dwayne Wade most of the time, and yeah, it's like I said, it's a question of star power versus depth and like fit, and San Antonio has that. And that's why
I think LeBron put up enough like numbers 2014, like his final numbers are still really good to be respectable. I get what you're saying. I just think it's not necessarily a failure. I think obviously 2011, huge stain, big failure for sure.
That was a failure. Yeah.
I just don't see 2014 as like a failure. I just see it as like they lost. You know what I mean?
But still, okay. Now let's talk about it. With that 2011 Mavs win, they're 3-1 dynasty, and I'm saying not only is LeBron James like I give him more props, but it's like he built a dynasty in Miami. He built a dynasty and then went to create it somewhere else. I think Cleveland had the potential to be a dynasty. I blame Kevin Durant for what happened in Cleveland. I don't blame LeBron at all. I'm very honest, so I'm very respectful. I blame Kevin Durant for messing up what could have been LeBron. Like he could have been that, like he was a hero of Cleveland. He won at least, but like he could have done so much more.
Yeah.
And Kevin Durant really messed that up.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's like so it goes back to context though. So it's like Cleveland could have done more, but the context.
So I'm not blaming Cleveland. I'm just blaming Miami. I think Miami LeBron didn't use that to his advantage.
I think he did the best they could with the fact that Dwayne Wade was not who he used to be towards the end of like that stint with LeBron.
I see.
Also, LeBron was getting guarded by the Defensive Player of the Year in the finals. So it's tough. So you can't really call it a failure. Like they're just playing calm.
Yeah, Kawhi's not a scrub like we just said. But Kawhi literally freaking went to Toronto for 1 year for vacation
and won
from America and just won a championship with like Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam.
That team was nice. Let's not sleep on it.
No, they're good, but like.
But still, yeah. Still.
The year when we're expecting the Warriors and you know these guys and that guy, bro. We're not expecting freaking Toronto.
There's context as well for that because Katie did get injured.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But still, came in and won. Didn't even want to go there. Yeah. So.
Bro, Kawhi was hooping like he was hooping.
Yeah, it was.
Built well.
Yeah.
That shot against that game winner
Sixers?
against the Sixers.
That shit was insane.
That's insane. Yeah. So it's like
luck of a lifetime.
Damn.
You know the best basketball player in the world for that day.
I still remember that game. I was watching. I thought they lost, and I was like,
you know what's funny as hell to me? Sometimes I just be sitting on like Paul George, like all these NBA like legends don't have a ring, but like Pascal Siakam has a ring. But he hooped out. Like, no, he deserves it. Like he hooped out in that finals for it. It's just hilarious.
All-star caliber player after that.
Yeah, no, it's just hilarious to me. Like Pascal Siakam has a ring.
Serge Ibaka has a ring.
He's a great player.
Yeah, Fred VanVleet has a ring.
Serge Ibaka won already.
Yeah, those are good players. Those are all good players.
I don't think Toronto's ever getting a ring again.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I don't know why Fred VanVleet re-signed with them. He should have.
He just lucked out. It was like.
He kind of like I don't know. Did you VanVleet? He kind of re-signed with the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
No, he went to Rockets.
Huh? Oh, Rockets! I'm tripping. Yeah.
He's making his money.
He just got a bag. I'm not gonna lie.
I think I saw the.
As a Fred VanVleet fan, I don't know why they're paying him that much, but.
He's a ring man.
He's making a bag. Yeah, he's a ring man. When you're that kind of player, bro, you're gonna get that bag because it's like, all right, bro, like Fred VanVleet gets 2 more rings. He's still not in them all-time debates.
There's so many players in the NBA who are overpaid. There's so many of them now.
Yeah. No, now the cap is crazy.
They're getting $30 million a year to like dudes like Miles Bridges. Like
role players are getting like.
Nah, chill. Miles Bridges, bro, that guy's getting like a 1 year $7 million, bro. That guy, he's lucky he's in the NBA. On God.
Yeah, right. I mean, bro.
Why did the Hornets re-sign him?
Why they resign him? Because he's still a great player. He's just
nah, but I don't know, after the allegations and stuff.
It's just bad. It's bad press, but he's still a great player.
Yeah, he's young too. Like
he had very good chem with Melo. I'm low key. I want to see.
He's a good play finisher.
He'll figure it out. He'll figure not to do stuff like that out. He just like made a young mistake. That's what happens when you give a young dude. You know, that's what happens when you give like freaking kids money, like too much money. Bro, that's what it is. Like,
I'm God.
It's like, bro, what the heck? I mean, bro, I'm not gonna say I would do the same thing if I was in that situation, but like, damn, bro, when you a multi-millionaire and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like you're gonna be like, damn.
100%. And you know one thing I wanted.
I'll place all this stuff.
100%. I wanted to mention this too. Like, so you know, the NBA season. I feel like the NBA free agency trades have been like kind of dry. I feel like until like Damian Lillard, you know, that kind of makes a move and whatnot. So I did want to ask the viewers one question. So I did this in my soccer pod, but I do want to do an NBA Jeopardy. With that, right? So next pod, NBA Jeopardy. The thing was today it was kind of confusing with the situation, but like next pod, I want to do NBA Jeopardy for sure. But you know, signing off from here, guys. I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the NBA pod. Like, share, subscribe. Weekly, hopefully we'll be more. We'll be here more.
I'm gonna be here for Jeopardy for sure.
100%.
I win that jump for
Martin winning the Jeopardy.
100%.
I'm gonna do it for you guys.
100%. NBA podcast, boys. We out. Bye.